We're talking about Trump. He is the type of person to do stuff like this. He says, okay, you're not going to release the hostages? All right. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back in with a new video, and I hope everyone is having a great day. I'm having a great day myself. And before I get into it, don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends, and of course, join the channel today. These are all great ways to support the daily content, but enough of the promotional stuff. Let's get into it because we have breaking news out of the Middle East, as it appears that we finally have a ceasefire deal done between Israel and Hamas. Yeah, that's right. After weeks of speculation about will there be a ceasefire deal? Will there be a hostage release? What's going to happen? It appears that, yes, in the final days of the Biden presidency, we have a ceasefire deal done. So let's get into it. A ceasefire deal has been reached to end 15 months of fighting in the Gaza Strip. Hamas and Israeli officials and a source briefed on the negotiations told NBC News on Wednesday. So yeah, apparently this isn't, oh, it's a random source that heard something from someone else, that heard something from someone else. No, this is right from Israeli officials and people close to the negotiations, and they're saying it's over. They reached a ceasefire agreement just a couple hours ago. The hard-won agreement will also free dozens of hostages held in Gaza, as well as Palestinians in Israeli jails, bringing the first real break in violence since a week-long truce expired December 1st, 2023. The news follows weeks of talks brokered by the United States, Qatar, and Egypt, amid a brutal winter for civilians in Gaza, as well as dramatic developments across the Middle East that have dealt setbacks to Iran, an Israeli foe. So, yeah, it sounds like it's done. It's not just speculation. It sounds like it is done. Now, like NBC says here, they have not officially announced the deal. Although, apparently, a senior Hamas official is saying, yeah, we have agreed to the deal. We agreed to the ceasefire. We're going to release hostages. As of now, it looks like the war is over. We are very happy to reach a deal today to stop the aggression against our people, but unfortunately, we were able to reach the same deal last May, Naim said. Another source with direct knowledge of the talks and an Israeli official briefed on the deal also confirmed the news. So it's both sides. It's not just one person with Hamas saying they got a deal done. No, it's both Israeli and Hamas officials and a third party confirming that they got a deal. It may not be official, that they may not officially announce it for a little bit, but it sounds like they got a deal done. President Joe Biden was expected to make a statement on the agreement later Wednesday. Gil Dickman, the cousin of deceased hostage Kamal Gat, told NBC News that it was very exciting to see that finally hostages were finally going to be returned, which is the one positive of all of this. I don't care who you are. It's a good thing that a lot of these hostages, that most of them are innocent. They had nothing to do with this war whatsoever. They're finally going home. Like, this is something that should have been done a long time ago. But it took a while, but it seems like finally a lot of these hostages, they're finally going home to their families, which is a good thing. Now, they go on to talk about, oh, how it happened, and there's other stuff happening in Israel, but let's be honest. The only reason that this ceasefire deal even happened was because of Trump. Hell, even NBC News, you scroll down here, and right here, the Biden administration called for a final effort before the president leaves office, and many in the region and in Washington viewed Trump's inauguration Monday as an unofficial deadline. This is right from NBC News. This is what they're saying. They're basically saying that, yeah, that this is the deadline between Hamas and Israel to get a deal done. Because, well, you're dealing with Trump, and Trump is a completely different animal compared to Biden. And, well, he actually said something a month ago. In early December, he said, everybody's talking about the hostages who are being held so violently, inhumanely, and against the will of the entire world in the Middle East. But it's all talk and no action. Please let this truth serve to represent that if the hostages are not released prior to January 20th, 2025, the day that I proudly assume office as President of the United States, there will be all hell to pay in the Middle East. And for those in charge who perpetuated these atrocities against humanity, those responsible will be hit harder than anybody's ever been hit in the long and storied history of the United States. Release the hostages now. That's what Trump said, and that's why people are saying this was kind of the unofficial deadline, because We're talking about Trump. He is the type of person to do stuff like this. He says, okay, you're not going to release the hostages? All right, we're going to bond the living shit out of you. That's Trump. That's Trump's foreign policy. You have no clue what he's going to do. He's either going to do nothing, he's going to bomb you, but that's what made both sides realize, oh crap, we need to have a deal ASAP. And now, just a month later, we finally have a deal. So I know Joe's going to take credit for this, saying, oh, we did a great job. Let's be honest, if Harris won, this war would still be going on. The only reason this war is ending, at least there's a ceasefire, I should say, is because Trump's taking office in next week. And, well, these both sides, they don't want to deal with it. They're both terrified about what Trump's actually going to do. It's like you don't know. So this was really Trump's doing. I know Joe's going to take credit for it, but this was because Trump won. Which I find it absolutely pathetic that Trump's not even in office yet. Yet already, he made Justin Trudeau bend the knee to him. He's already made the Mexican president make deals with America to stop the immigration crisis. And now, 5 days before he takes the oath of office again, guess what? Now you have a ceasefire and hostage deal reached in the Middle East. Trump has not taken the oath of office. My question is, you're telling me that he's not even president yet, but he's already done more to bring peace across the world than Joe has done in 4 years. That is pathetic, but that's Trump's foreign policy. It works. It's successful because you don't know what you're getting. And now we have a hostage deal done, and this should make a lot of people happy. A lot of people were saying for years, get a ceasefire deal done, bring the hostages home, and stop all the killing. And Trump has already got it done 5 days before he takes the oath of office. I mean, Joe's done nothing. He sat back and did nothing for years, tried to play both sides, and it blew up in his face. But now Trump, just after one threat, ended the war. Now the thing is, Trump isn't just stopping at ending the war. In fact, he put out this statement a little while ago. This epic ceasefire agreement could have only happened as a result of our historical victory in November, as a signal to the entire world that my administration would seek peace and negotiate deals to ensure the safety of all Americans and our allies. I am thrilled American and Israeli hostages will be returning home to be reunited with their families and loved ones. With this deal in place, my national security team, through their efforts of the Special Envoy to the Middle East, Steve Witkoff, will continue to work closely with Israel and our allies to make sure Gaza never again becomes a terrorist safe haven. We'll continue promoting peace through strength throughout the entire region as we build upon the momentum of the ceasefire to further expand the historic Abraham Accords. Yes, apparently Trump wants to expand the Abraham Accords, which is a big deal. People don't talk about the Abraham Accords enough. I consider it to be one of the best parts of Trump's first term. It was actually bringing peace and stability to the region. And, well, no one talked about it, and after Trump left the office, it became a complete shit show again. But the Abraham Accords, they were good. It was a good starting point, and Trump wants to expand upon it. He wants to stop the killing. He wants to bring stability to the region. This is only the beginning of a great thing to come for America and indeed the world. We have achieved so much throughout without even being in the White House. Just imagine all of the wonderful things that will happen when I return to the White House and my administration is fully confirmed, so they can secure more victories for the United States. Yeah, Trump's right. He's not even in the White House yet he's ending wars in the Middle East. He's bringing peace abroad again. People are stopping the fighting and killing. Already, he's trying to fix deals with Canada and Mexico. He's doing so much in just 2 months. He's already fixing the world. And he's not even in the White House yet. So, Trump's doing a great job. Now, I do wonder what's going to happen in Ukraine. Because, well, if the war in Israel is really done, at least for now, it seems like there is a ceasefire done. We'll see what happens. But what's going to happen in Ukraine? Will we finally get some kind of ceasefire or deal in Ukraine? I mean, if Trump can accomplish that in a day, which is entirely possible, that should tell you everything about how bad Biden was. If he can finish that in 1 day and say, all right, the war's ending, and he somehow gets a peace deal done, which I think he can, well, that should demonstrate to the world that Joe Biden was worthless. He was an awful president. He had no clue what he was doing. He was lost. He was confused. He was a joke. And Trump is already fixing all the problems he started in just a couple days. So we got 5 more days of this administration, but it does seem like, yeah, Trump is ending the killing across the world. He's actually bringing stability and peace everywhere. And now, apparently he wants to build upon this momentum to expand the Abraham Accords, which I hope he does. I really hope he talks more about the Abraham Accords in his second term. I consider it to be one of his biggest successes that not enough people talk about. People should look more into it. It actually was a good thing. But then Joe Biden took the oath of office and it went to shit. But now that Trump's back in the White House, hopefully he can continue to do good things like the Abraham Accords, like ending the war in Israel, stopping the killing across the world. And, well, it looks like it's working. So, we are just a couple days away from Trump returning, and it's already a bunch of good things. Now, as for what's going to happen in Israel, we just got to see what happens. I mean, it's a ceasefire. The hostages are released. Now, will there be another conflict? Maybe. We just got to see what happens. But at least for now, it seems like we are finally ending the killing, and we're bringing back stability to the world. When even NBC News is admitting that, yeah, this deal was done because Trump won. The unofficial deadline was January 20th. When they said that's why this deal was done, because Trump's taking the oath of office next week, and people on both sides were terrified about what he was going to do. Would he support? How would he deal with Gaza? How would he deal with the war? And now it's like, yeah, you know what? End the killing. We don't want to deal with the Orange Man. So it's still a lot could happen. We could see another conflict maybe break out. It is the Middle East, but with Trump back in there, I think it's very unlikely that we see a major war breakout. Is it possible? Yeah, of course, it is a very unstable region. But under Trump, it became actually, relatively speaking, kind of stable. Like, it wasn't perfect, but at least it wasn't a brand new war breaking out every single day and then 10,000 people dying. It's like, no, we actually had some kind of stability and we were trending towards a more peaceful Middle East. So it's a lot of good things Trump is doing, but I hope he does even more to make sure this doesn't happen again. Expand the Abraham Accords. Make it more known. Like, hey, the Abraham Accords, it actually brought stability to the region. So we can prevent the crap from happening in Israel, again, down the line in a couple of years. Because, well, if Trump leaves the White House, are we just going to get stuck with the same crap of some incompetent person like Biden and then another war breaks out? You don't want to deal with that again. So hopefully Trump, the next 4 years, he finally gets at a long-term stability and peace in the region. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Godspeed to all of you.